Hello there. My name is JD and you are watching episode 14 of the Weekly Update Wednesday. I hope that you are continuing to stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Remember to wash your hands frequently, take care of your personal hygiene, and practice your social distancing. Let's get down to the video. If you're new to this channel, I wish you a warm welcome. Do take a moment and head on down there and click subscribe. Remember to also click on the notification bell so that you'll be updated every time I upload a new video. Do sign up for my mailing list and you get some free stuff, and we know how much we all love our free stuff, right? Okay, as usual, a big shout out to all the patrons. And who are the patrons? Okay, the patrons are members of our community who sign up and support the channel financially. And you can also do so. You can also consider signing up to become a patron by heading on down to this website, www.patreon.com/studio2105. Now, if you join as a patron, you not only help to support the channel, you not only help to support the continued creation of content such as this video, but you'll also get one-on-one tutoring and mentoring sessions with me. You get exclusive content and also discount codes that you can use towards any of the studio services. Alright, here's the latest news and updates on what's been going on in the studio and also in our little community. So first of all, the direct access band search, it is now officially closed, okay? And I want to say a big thank you to all the artists and bands who've sent in your demos and sent in your submissions. I'll be going through all of them really carefully, and I'll be announcing the winner really soon. For those of you know, I've actually extended this another 2 weeks, so unfortunately, if there's still some of you out there who may not have managed to send in your submissions, maybe you can try again the next time. Okay, on to our second piece of news, and I'm proud to announce that the album from SICK is now available on all streaming platforms. Okay, the title of the album is called F the System. You can look at the title itself. It's somewhere in the graphic that's going to be floating around here. Very proud to share this album with you because I co-produced it with the band. They bring the old school new metal sound, right? You can also check out this first single that is already out on YouTube. It's titled On the Fly. Again, link to the single will be floating around somewhere or also down in the description below, okay? So do check it out if you are a fan of the old school new metal kind of a sound. This week's episode of MixStream is gonna be a special one. It's gonna be a big one, right? Because I'm gonna be featuring a brand new song from the band Slapshot. Okay, Slapshot are very good friends of mine. They're very dear friends of mine. Not only did Pop Shavit collaborate with them on our first album, but we've also toured with them, we've performed with them, and they are also part of the Project EAR, which is a collective of all of our friends from all over Southeast Asia. Okay, so I spoke to Jamir, the lead singer of the band and a very good friend of mine, and I've managed to convince him this time around to let me feature and use one of their songs on an episode of MixStream. So this Friday, 9 p.m. on the YouTube channel, you'll be able to check out a brand new MixStream featuring the one of the tracks from the album, right, titled Hiwaga. Save that date, save the time on your calendar. You do not want to miss out on this episode, right? Alright, without further ado, let's get on down to this week's question. I am a songwriter and a member of MACP. I recently learned that Music Rights Malaysia, MRM, has been dissolved. What does this mean and how is this going to affect my income from royalties? Okay, now if you've been keeping up with the latest industry news, you have known that Music Rights Malaysia, MRM, has been dissolved. This is big news because it's going to affect a lot of people, right? It's going to affect everyone from songwriters to music publishers, record companies, musicians, performing artists, right? Basically almost everyone inside the music industry here in Malaysia. Okay, so definitely I understand why it's a topic and an issue which is of such concern to everyone. Okay, firstly, now the topic of performance royalties was something that I covered in a previous video of Weekly Update Wednesday. I think it's episode 10. Okay, I should be putting it somewhere here, right? Where I talked about songwriter tips. So I highly recommend that you watch that video as well to know a little bit more of how songwriters earn their income, okay, through royalty. So if you are a songwriter and you're watching this video right now, and if you have written some songs that have been released to the public, go and register with MACP right now if you haven't done so, okay? So here's a little bit of a backstory, okay? Music Rights Malaysia Berhad was a non-profit organization that was set up in January 1st, 2017 to carry out collective music licensing activities, okay? Basically collecting the license fees and distributing it back to the relevant stakeholders. So MRM represented the three main licensing bodies in Malaysia. So number one, Music Authors Copyright Protection, or MACP for short. MACP represents composers, lyricists, and music publishers. Number two, Public Performance Malaysia, or PPM for short, right? So PPM represents the record companies. Number three would be the Recording Performers Malaysia, or RPM. So RPM represents singers and musicians of sound recording. So if you're a session player, you're sing some backing vocalist, right? You can be represented, you can sign up and be represented by RPM. This following paragraph, right? This following paragraph is taken from the press release, the joint press release that was recently issued by MACP, PPM, and RPM, right? It states here that unfortunately, MRM was unable to function effectively due to insurmountable challenges in getting a consensus between the licensing bodies on material operation matters, resulting in MRM not being able to move forward. Okay, I'm skipping ahead of a couple of lines. So as a result of this dissolution, MRM will be terminating its operations and returning its licensing mandate back to its constituent licensing bodies. Okay, right. These are all the press release lingo and jargon. So basically, right, MRM is no more, okay, and they've had a lot of issues in trying to sort out, all the different methods of operations between the three different licensing bodies. So previously, right, MACP, PPM, and RPM had all been collecting licenses on behalf of their members, right? They have their own systems, they have their own tariff rates, and so on that. So apparently, right, they have not been able to sort out all these issues all this while. So it was decided that, in the best interest of everyone, that, MRM be dissolved and we go back to the old system, right? So what does this mean for you? Now, I myself am a member of MACP and a rights holder, and to be honest, I really don't know. If you had joined as a member prior to January 2017, this news will be sort of a painful reminder, right, of the rollout of MRM back then in 2017. I used the word poorly executed, and that's kind of putting it mildly, okay? Right, because basically the transition from the old system to a new single system under MRM was sort of a disaster, okay? Right, so Now, the official statement back then was that it was due to regulatory delays, right? Now, what happened in 2017 was that MRM ended up only obtaining its license in August of that year, right? August 2017. What that meant was that there was no collection of licensing fees for the intervening months. That means from January to July, right, going all the way into August of 2017. So if you were a songwriter that year, it meant that you saw more than half of your income that year disappear, right? Now, I won't go into details, right? You can actually watch the Ask Me Anything 5. I did a live stream last week, the video. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Or again, you can also always click onto the card that's going to be floating around somewhere in this corner, okay? Check it out, because that's where I discuss this matter in depth with some of the members of the community, okay? I won't really get into the details and the nitty-gritty of the sort of the issues and sort of problems and that was surrounding the whole issue of MRM back then. Now, for me, right, all I can say, it's kind of a matter of wait and see, right? I personally hope that there won't be another glitch or another delay, right, in the system, right? Because especially in the collection of the licensing fees, because now we are reverting back to the old system where all the different licensing bodies are going to be independently setting their tariffs and independently doing their license fee collections, okay? Now, obviously, hopefully there's not going to be a decline in royalties this year. We know already how badly, right, everyone's been affected by the lockdowns and due to COVID-19, right? And hopefully, right, things work out fine and work out smoothly. So, right, this is sort of keeping you abreast and up to date on what's been going on, right? Especially related to the announcement of MRM's dissolution, okay? If you have further questions, right, I do suggest that you head down to the video replay of last week's AMA session. I discussed a lot more further, right, and I got some people to chime in as well. Some of our community members also came in with their questions and their opinions and their points. So if you want to join in that discussion, please head on to that video and leave your comments down there, okay? Hopefully that sort of sheds a little bit of light surrounding the entire issue. All right, this brings this week's episode of Weekly Update Wednesday to a close. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please leave your questions and your feedback down in the comments below. Or you can, as usual, hit me up on any of the social media platforms which I'm on. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and obviously YouTube as well. If you found this video informative, if you found it useful, please leave a like. I would really appreciate it. Do share this with your friends, especially your friends who are songwriters and musicians, right? As they should be updated and interested to find out on how the news regarding MRM, right, is going to affect them, okay? Remember as well to head on down. If you haven't done so, click subscribe and click on the notification bell. Do consider signing up to become a patron. Head on down to www.patreon.com/studio2105, right, to sign up. Remember to sort of stay safe, wash hands, take care of your health, personal hygiene, and I will see you again in the next video, okay? Take care then. Bye.